Okay, let's take a look now at another problem. Now they've given this a problem 20 status, and I'm not sure it's all that difficult. I guess it depends on how you approach it. There's usually several ways to solve these, but I'm going to show you a real simple way on this one. Let's look at what they're asking. In the figure above, x is parallel, that's what those two lines mean, to y. What is the value of A in terms of B and C? Okay, so we know these two lines, this line and this line, they're parallel. And we see some transversals. You know, that's a transversal, that's a transversal. Now, we're not going to use this transversal down here. We're going to use this up here. And I told you a moment ago, anytime they give you anything on a transversal, you can figure out all the rest of the angles. And that's a good thing here, because if we look at the corresponding or the alternate interior angles, let's just go straight to the alternate interior angle here. This angle right here, the alternate exterior angles. This is an alternate exterior angle. This angle right here has to be C degrees. Now, this is why I say it's really simple, because then you know that you've got A plus B plus C, I'll put these degree signs here, has to equal what? In a triangle, they have to equal 180 degrees. So now it's a simple thing. They said they want you to express A in terms of B and C. So we need to get A by itself over here. So how we do that? That's simple inverse rule. We'll say, we'll subtract B first from both sides. So A plus C equals 180 minus B. And now we're going to get rid of the C. Subtract that from both sides. And we see that A equals 180 minus BC. It has to be D. Okay, let's take a look at another example. This is a number 4 problem, so it's perceived as being easy, and I think you'll agree when you see what we're going to do here. It's going to call upon your knowledge of what you learned about transversals and the angle relationships, and also the fact that there's 180 degrees in a triangle. Let's see what they're asking here. In the figure above, line P is parallel to line Q. That's important because that's why we know we're going to be using transversals here. And they want to know, what is the value of A? Well, we don't, at this point, know what these two angles are, but it's easy to figure out when you look at the relationships in transversals. This is an exterior angle, and its alternate is this angle right here. Alternate exterior angles are equal. And if we look at this, we also know that this is a transversal, and these are corresponding angles. So this angle right here has to be the same right here. This is underneath, so it would be the one underneath here. This has to be 100. And we also know that these two angles, this angle right here, the 100, and this angle has to add up to 180 degrees. So we know this has to be 80 degrees over here. We know all that just from transversals. So now it's a simple algebra problem. We know that A plus 70 plus 80 has to equal 180 degrees. Okay, so now to solve for A, we simply take, if you add those two together there, you're going to get 150. We'll subtract 150 from this side, and we'll subtract 150 from that side, and we see that we end up with 30 degrees is going to be what A is, and we look over here and we see it's B. Okay, this is another problem here. It's a problem 2, so it's supposed to be real easy. And in the figure above, what is the value of A plus B plus C? Now, we see that we have a triangle here, but this one letter, C, is outside the triangle. So how can we figure out what the sum of all these are? Let's look what we have to work with. We know that this is 90 degrees. And if that's 90 degrees because of the supplementary angle rule, this has to be 90 degrees right here. So let's just write that. A equals 90 degrees. And we know that these two angles down here, B and C, because of the supplementary rule, they have to add up to 180 degrees. So we know that B plus C equals 180 degrees. So the question is, what does A plus B plus C equal? Well, if we add A plus B plus C, that's the same as 90 plus 180, which equals 270, which is C.